Are you a Dave? Would you like to stop being one? Well, too fucking bad. We're bridges, not miracle workers. But you can at least stop being called a Dave by contributing to this channel via our Patreon. That's right, for only $1 a month, if you want to be a bitch about it, you can stop being called a Dave and get early looks and sneak peeks at upcoming projects. Well, some of you. The Dollar Store patrons only get early access.
Who the fuck ordered a commercial for our Patreon?
Ha ha!
No, seriously, why are we advertising during a one-shot?
Or you can be super badasses like these guys. They help us keep the lights on, hire new editors, and let us do more projects like this one.
Who the fuck are you? And why are you here?
But that's not all. You also get full access to our Discord channel instead of the meager Dave level. And if you want to be a super mega ultra hyper dab on the haters not Dave...
You can't throw random adjectives like that together and call it a sentence!
Ha ha! You wrote it.
And then I deleted it because it hurt my brain to type that crap. Seriously, how did you find it?
They get to know how it all ends and how it's connected. Don't believe me? Ask Angel. He knows the end to LHA and it will blow your mind. A lot like Snoo Snoo.
We did tell Angel, and that was the reaction.
So if you don't want to be a Dave and actually want that good shit, become a patron, and not a cheap $1 whore patron. Become a champagne patron.
We love all of our patrons just for helping out. The amount isn't what matters. Don't listen to his lies!
The link is in the description below, along with the link to our Discord. Did I mention we have a Discord? 'Cause we have a Discord. It's made of real velour.
Okay, this needs to end right now.
And who's gonna stop it, Dave? You?
You know I meant you, right?
And now back to our program. Don't forget to become a patron today.
Okay, hello. Welcome. No yin yang, it was just the beginning. That's how the beginning goes. The intro, I can't believe you got zapped to do the love. Cerberus, that's not actually Zap Brannigan. That's Calvin doing a Zap Brannigan impersonation. Hello, Fred Flintstone. Haven't seen you in a while. Alright, so, holy crap. It is, it's gonna be a short one. There's only 3 stories to cover, and 2 of them are rants. So, to be fair, it's short on purpose because we have to immediately freaking record some lines that we have. Well, technically, we have to re-record some lines for Slime 7 at 9 o'clock. So I got like an hour to get this all taken care of and done, and then it's off to the races. Hello, Cather. Hello, Ari. You're listening but distracted. That's good to know. Cool. I'm glad to see Valkyrian. Holy crap, I haven't seen you in a while. We court. What's up? Hello, Joe. Alright, so I'm gonna be ranting about a couple of things. And, hopefully you enjoy that. It's all anime news. I don't have a lot of... I mean, actually, no, shit. Fuck, I forgot to put... Alright, I'm supposed to have 4, and I forgot about 1. God damn it. Okay. Okay. There we go. Found my fourth story. I'll have to fix it. This. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rant about that bullshit. Like, fuck what this chick said. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that. Hang on. So, I'm sorry. I'm fixing something in the story stuff now. What was that? Oh. Kishi. Let's see. Kishimoto joins Bo. Okay. So I have a couple of small stories. 4 of them. Having to type it up and then copy paste some stuff. Man, I wish I'd remembered this when I was putting my stories together. It would have been so much better if I had. Let me copy that and paste and make the tiny URL. There we go, because I'm using tiny URL stuff. Alright, saved. Okay, the description has been updated. No, it's not about the Sword Art movie. I gotta stream for once. Hey! Well, yin yang, there you go. Alright, so I've got things to talk about. Alright, Calvin will be here shortly. Let's go ahead and ignore all my OCD, because that's going to take a while. Let's go. Alright, so Burn the Witch Season 2 isn't coming soon. Tite Kubo complains in new interview. Well, he didn't really complain. Alright, so if you haven't read Burn the Witch or you haven't watched Burn the Witch, it's a short series that takes place in the Bleach universe. It takes place like in London. It's set in the world of Bleach. So anyway, it's about a different agency in London and the stuff that they're getting up to. And I don't want to go too much into it because it's only 3 chapters and I don't want to spoil it for you. I want you guys to kind of like check it out on your own. Hi, Tornado. But essentially, at the end of this, Shonen Jump said, hey, they wanted to make more, and they were like, oh, let's say coming soon at the end. Well, coming soon seems to be a thing that Kubo didn't have planned. He was like, look, I'm going to take my time and make it how I want to make it. So, to promote the upcoming release of Burn the Witch on Blu-ray and DVD, Comic Natalie is running a series of features on Studio Colorido's anime OVA. So far, they've conducted interviews between the main voice actors, production staff, and now Tite Kubo himself. Now, I know some people call him Taite Kubo, but if you're going with Japanese, it's Kubo Tite. And like, if that's the correct spelling of his name, then how you say I in Japanese is I. It's A-I-U-E-O. So I'm going with Tite Kubo. If I'm wrong, then cool. He can tell me himself. But first, Tite Kubo talked in the interview about how Burn the Witch first came about. Blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of stuff. Producing Burn the Witch anime wasn't easy. Okay, Burn the Witch Season 2 isn't coming. The last part of this Tite Kubo interview reveals some surprising truths. Like many others, I was a little disappointed when I heard that Burn the Witch was only going to run for 4 chapters. But there was a Season 2 that was shortly announced. Kubo was asked by his editor to produce a couple of storyboards for Season 2 to put at the end of the final chapter in Jump. But then the editorial department arbitrarily put coming soon beside it. Kubo sounds generously annoyed when he says that it's not soon, although who knows whether this is feigning for comedic effect. Honestly, if you know some of the history between Kubo and Shonen Jump and kind of how they pushed him to keep going with Bleach because they were making money off of the Bleach manga, it was selling really well. This feels like Tito Kubo is finally standing up for himself and saying, no, I have the power in this, and fuck you, I will, it's ready when it's ready. Like, you're not going to push me to it. And there's a lot of mangaka that are starting to step up and do that. Like, that are, like, this weekly schedule is kind of hell. Like, not everybody can beat Oda, who kind of eats, drinks, and sleeps fucking One Piece. Like, there are people on his staff that barely get any sleep. Oda apparently gets, like, 3 to 4 hours of sleep a day, and then the rest of the time he's just working on fucking One Piece. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. This is terrible for, like, a human being's health. And, you know, the health of the author has to come first, is my great opinion here. But I also think that, straight up, Shonen Jump, like, I get that they're a business, but, like, it feels like they jumped the gun here, and I'm not down with that. It's like, I'm after how Kubo got railroaded with the end of Bleach. And then, like, he was basically, it felt, I don't know if this is true. I'm just telling you what I gleaned from this and how it feels. It definitely feels like the thing with Bleach, he was kind of pushed into doing that final arc, and then they hurried him up to finish it when it stopped making money. And it was like, well, this is what you asked for. Let him finish his fucking story. And now that he comes out with something new that's short, that's a hit, they're like, oh, well, let's make more of this. And he's like, at my own pace. But they want to get it out now. And I'm like, this is, I don't have issues necessarily with capitalism, but this is like, I have issues with greed. And unfortunately, greed runs rampant, whether you're talking about communism, capitalism, you know, it's just everywhere. So my issues are typically with greed. But there's a lot more artists that are kind of standing up for themselves against Shonen Jump, and I'm really, really here for it, and I hope more of this happens. Yeah. And I mean, if anything, guys, the Hunter x Hunter fans have shown us that people will fucking wait. People will be patient and they will wait. And when you come back, it's not just Hunter x Hunter. It's also like World Trigger. There's several examples of this. It's just so good. All right, but I can't spin forever of that. But I do want to use that as a segue since I was talking about World Trigger. Let's move on to our next thing. World Trigger reveals new Season 2 trailer, release date, update. So, as it turns out, there's going to be... The teaser trailer showed that there will be special theatrical screenings of the first 2 episodes on Christmas Day in Japan. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but we're in the middle of a pandemic, the second wave of which is currently rocking not just one country, but the freaking world. Yes, it's kind of hitting some countries harder than others. America. But that doesn't mean that Japan's going to suddenly be safe. They're not in a fucking bubble of immunity. So... yeah, just because they're doing better doesn't mean that this should be happening. I'm just saying, I'm just saying I wouldn't poke that bear. You know? I wouldn't do it. I think it's brash and irresponsible. Not to mention that you are putting your fans and potential, like, just from a business standpoint, you're putting people that spend money on your products at risk. So are short-term profits really worth what could potentially be a long-term drop? I'm just saying. This just seems risky. I've had this conversation. I've done a full rant on this. I think it's stupid. It's running in only 12 theaters, well, so it's at least limited. But I don't think this isn't the time to be doing theaters. And on Christmas Day, fucking really, like it's. I get that it's a big romantic holiday in Japan, but like, come on, guys. I mean, we don't agree often. Not. Yeah, I think so. So anyway, it's going to be running in 12 theaters. It will be a special screening of the first 2 episodes, and apparently there will be exclusive footage to those who attend the screenings on December 25th and January 7th. Apparently they're doing it a second time. Unfortunately for North America, fans in North America and other territories, there has not yet been an official English language license announcement for the second season. Dude, so long as somebody streams it, I don't give a shit. If you haven't checked out World Trigger, highly suggest you do it. Go check it out on either Shonen Jump if you want to read it, or go on to Crunchyroll Verve to grab it that way. Yeah, I wouldn't go to a movie theater anytime soon. And Game Detective, no. We don't support piracy here. So I don't have anything polite to say. If you just want to yell piracy and try and encourage people to pirate, then I would say GTFO. That's essentially no pirating. Yeah, we're not condoning anime piracy here. So if that's your stance, you know where the X button is. You can press it and get out of here at any point in time. I don't have the luxury of being the kind of guy that's gonna lie to you and say, I need the views. Like, dude, if you're gonna be stealing from the authors that create the shit that I love, then fuck you. I don't want you as a fan. I don't care how much that hurts me or how much that hurts our brand. I mean, that's my personal opinion. But I'm willing to bet there's a shit ton of people at Fat Dog that fucking agree with me. So I'll just straight up say here, no piracy jokes. Like, even if you're joking, please don't. It's not good. It's not a good idea. Before I got into, here's a little fucking backstory I wasn't expecting to get into. Many of you may know this. If you don't, well, here you go. Before I jumped into abridging, not only was I in the professional voiceover or the voice acting scene, I'd done commercials and stuff like that. But like for almost 10 years, I'd been doing podcasting in the anime industry. So I have a lot of friends that work in the industry, whether it was social media, organizing conventions, people that work at conventions that are handlers, staff, the directors of different conventions. Of course, I know a lot of people in the voiceover community in anime and video games and stuff like that. And there's a lot of really, really cool people, and they make their living off this shit. And the thing is, they're really passionate about it. A lot of these people, like, especially the people that are dubbing now, they grew up with shit like DBZ and Inuyasha and Naruto and One Piece. Like, they grew up with this stuff. It means something to them. It's part of who they are. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you to dub or sub or to choose a side or anything, or not to shit on one or the other. I don't want to like really get into that, but I'll sit here and say that when you're pirating, you're taking, you sit here and say that you're a fan of somebody, and yet you're stealing money from their pocket, essentially. That's what you're doing when you pirate. So that is the most Dave thing you could possibly do. And I have zero respect for those people. Like, literally, I'm not shitting you. We have a Funimation account here. I'm just talking about my household. This does not include Fat Dog. We don't have like Fat Dog, like collective streams, though we should. That'd be a great idea. But I have a Verve account, which includes Crunchyroll and High Dive, which is Sentai Filmworks, and Rooster Teeth. Those are the three I primarily use it for. It has more than that on there. I also have Funimation, I have Netflix, and I have Disney Plus. All for shit that I want to check out and work on. And yeah, like I cover my anime bases and stuff like that. I'll tell you straight out. Ruby's already out. They've released 2 episodes of season 8. So if you're a Rooster Teeth First member, or if you have Verve Premium, there you go. You've watched both episodes. If not, then episode 1 is out. So there you go. So please, I'm gonna jump on board with this. Don't fucking pirate anime. And if you do, like I said, fuck you. I don't want you as a fan if you pirate anime. It's just that simple. Sorry to be that dude. If that offends you the wrong way, I'm gonna be real. Good. I hope it offends you. I hope you never want to watch anything that I'm a part of ever again, because you shit on the stuff that I love, and I do not want you as a friend or a fan. Like, straight up. I'm an asshole professionally in Log Horizon as a guy who calls everyone a Dave. You think that I'm not taking portions of my personality and injecting that into an asshole AI? Dude, I'm an asshole straight up, but I at least admit it. Now, okay, but at the same time, JD, now's not the time to go to a movie theater. That's why I highly encourage them to put it up on streaming. So that's all I'm saying. Like, support the official release. We don't put it on the beginnings of episodes, even though we probably should have a disclaimer. This is a parody, support the official release, all that shit. We don't do that with our stuff because it should be fucking understood. Just saying. Also, I love that 2 people... Oh, no. Okay, so they may have dropped out and come back. I thought 2 people left. I was like, well, I promised you guys a bunch of Richie rants. You're getting one. All right. This next part is good news for North American fans, bad news for Japanese fans. Because the way that the West and Japanese work is kind of weird. Like, okay, so the anime for Boruto is doing amazingly well in Japan. Abroad, the anime is shit. Like, straight up, it's not doing well. It's not making money. Most people aren't watching it. People aren't really streaming Boruto. Thank you, Wes. I am kind of having a good day. We got to keep this short because right after this, I have to re-record some stuff for Slime. Well, I don't have to. I have to direct somebody who has to re-record for Slime. The worst timings. So moving on from there, or moving back from there. So Kishimoto is actually coming back to the manga, which is really funny because the manga's doing great abroad, but it's not doing, it's doing great abroad. People are loving it. It's not doing all that well in Japan. And then the writer for Boruto is leaving and Kishimoto's taking over. And the people in Japan are getting upset about that. The fans in Japan are getting upset by that. But the fans in North America and abroad, like, we're like, oh shit, yes, the captain's back in charge of the ship. You know, Kishimoto's back. We're really hyped for that. And since the manga's actually doing well, like the whole point is like that the manga isn't really doing well in Japan, and it's doing well outside of the U.S. I think this was a good move by Shueisha, by Shonen Jump, to bring back the original creator and have him, you know, tell the story. So yeah, it's fucking backwards land, dude. Going back to watching One Piece. Oh, okay. It's just so good. I watched all the. Okay, gotcha. See, I don't live in areas where they actually have, anime showing up in theaters around here. It just doesn't happen. I live in the fucking South. They don't do that. So anyway, if you guys are wondering where to pick up, like if you haven't checked out Boruto, but now you're suddenly interested and you're wondering where to pick up, if you saw the Boruto movie, you can pick up at about chapter 10. There's 53 chapters. So at about chapter 10 is where that kicks off, and you can carry on from there. So yeah, Masashi Kishimoto is coming back, and for some reason I don't know the specific, like, I've heard the specific reason, but it doesn't make sense to me. So but there's already memes. There's memes aplenty going on, but I don't want to spoil stuff for you. But essentially, the Japanese fans not happy. All of us Western fans, where the money is coming from, predominantly for that series, stoked. So, alrighty. Last but not least, man, this is. I had 4 stories and they're all rants, and boy, this one's gonna be a fucking rant. So, Anita Sarkeesian, I don't want to call her this bitch, but I have the urge. So Anita Sarkeesian, like, she already got called out for her bullshit when she was, like, watching The Mandalorian, the first episode of The Mandalorian. She's like, really? No females with speaking lines? I'm like, hello, the fucking armorer was right there. She's played by Emily Swallows. She's a fucking woman, and she had important fucking dialogue. But no, she must have forgot that and never took her shit down. Anyway, so, if you haven't seen, I'm going to give you this part right now. If you haven't seen episode 3 of The Mandalorian, and you don't want to be spoiled, now would be a time to just mute until you see this screen change to something else. Just letting you know. If not, if you don't mind, then boy, are we going to get an angry Richie right here. There were 2 female Mandalorians in this episode, and Bo-Katan was one of them. If you don't know who Bo-Katan is, highly suggest you check out Clone Wars and Rebels. She's pivotal in the Star Wars, like, Clone Wars series, and like, she's an important Mandalorian. That's where I'm gonna keep that for now. Anyway, so Anita Sarkeesian says Lady Mandalorians have boob armor. Oh, come on, seriously? And I'm like, this is your biggest complaint? Like, I'm pretty sure she was the one that was all on board with, like, where the sequel trilogy was going, because it was all flash and no substance, but at least it was her kind of flash. Like, it was like women of minorities, and I'm like, that I'm not sitting here saying that's not important. That is important, and they should have their place. But, like, you can't just throw that shit in there and not have story. Fucking hate the sequels. Fucking hate the sequel trilogy. I will give it credit. The sequel trilogy made me love the prequels. Love the prequels. Anyway, there you go, Jared. But yes. So, yeah, female Mandalorians have boob armor because not everybody is as flat-chested as this dumb bitch. Anyway, woosah. They came after Star Wars, guys. Star Wars is one of my things. I love Star Wars. Like, I have strong opinions about some parts of Star Wars, but I still love Star Wars nonetheless. I think George Lucas is a brilliant writer. I don't think he can direct his own stuff that great, but he's still a really, really good writer. Anyway, so we get so yes, there's boob armor. It fucking exists. It has existed for a while. It's not like they're trying to make them sexy. It's not like we're fucking doing Mandalorian pinup shit here. It's like, oh no, how dare they make armor that fucking comfortably fits the form of a woman? I feel like this is just her trying to pick at absolute no bullshit and start controversy, and unfortunately it worked. I feel like she's just trying to gin up drama, and that drama happened. But the best part about this was the fans replying. Anyway, so the cool thing was there were a lot of actual cosplayers that do Mandalorian cosplay and stuff like that that literally straight up called her out on her bullshit. And they were like, have you tried to make... Oh, no. Spirit Waker. I'm not just learning about Anita. It's just that bitch said something stupid again. I couldn't... Calvin, I'm sorry. I couldn't handle it. I called her that bitch. I gave in to the urge. Yeah. This person, this moronic individual, this attention-seeking moronic individual, said another stupid thing, and funny enough, Star Wars fans came to the defense of, rightfully so, the show. How about this? Maybe, Anita, if you'd actually taken the time to watch any of the Star Wars stuff, as it has been, maybe if you took a look at Clone Wars or Rebels, any of the stuff that Dave Filoni had worked on, you would have known about this and it wouldn't have been such a fucking shock. So when all you do is react to fucking mainstream Star Wars stuff and you don't even bother to check out like the side stuff, for God's sakes, it was on Disney fucking XD or whatever, and it's on Disney Plus, so it's all there. So for the love of God, shut the fuck up. Just save us all a little bit. Like, I have nothing against feminists, actual people who think that men and women are that men and women should be treated equally. I am absolutely for that. So, that having been said, I subscribe to equal treatment the same way that Kazuma does in Konosuba. I will fucking drop kick a woman just as hard as I will a man. Equal treatment under the law. That is me. So yeah, this was just really stupid. I wanted to talk about it, but mostly I wanted to rant a little bit about how stupid this whole thing was, and also to just thank all of the fucking cosplayers out there and the Mandalorian armorers out there who actually like fucking craft like legit real metal fucking cosplay stuff, that literally sat out there and like called her out and said, have you ever tried to wear this shit? Do you know what it's like to try and wear this as a woman? And like straight up called her out. My favorite thing were all the fucking flat-chested comments that she got. It was so fucking funny, dude. And I'm not one of these people that's like, what is it, Yellow Flash or the Quartering? Like, I feel like I do agree with them on some of the things that they do, but it feels like they have a side, and my side is typically, it feels like they're more conservative on things, whereas I'm not. I'm actually more like kind of like, I would say I'm center. Why do we have to divide it into left and right? I would say that I'm more tolerant than they are on a lot of topics, and I do disagree with them quite a lot about some stuff. But at the same time, this is another one of those moments where we're just all in agreement. We're like, fucking Anita Sarkeesian, can you just go back into obscurity where you were? We did not miss you. 2020 does not need you. We've already had a bad year. Don't add your stank to this shitty year. Making rounds with her 5'11" gray Jedi boyfriend. Oh, wow. So, that is my rant for this one. I'm gonna Calvin, do you have any thoughts, any words that you want to impart? Yeah, it is. So, yeah, that was the show. About 30 minutes. I tried to let the rants go for as long as I could. Hey Ren. Oh, you can't hear Calvin. Oh, that's right. My bad, guys. He wasn't talking for that long. Go ahead and say. Please say it again, Calvin. What your thoughts were?
Oh, I just think the whole thing is silly.
Yes, it is
That's
absolutely silly. Yeah.
that's that's really all I gotta say about that.
Yeah. That's all I got. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
I ranted
People-
about a couple of
people-
things today. We have a recording session coming up really soon, so it was gonna have to be a short episode. I'm so sorry, guys. We are planning to get some interviews and stuff prepped and set up in advance. If you would like, check out the Anime and Stuff channel. I'm gonna actually go find that real quick because I need to make sure that we drop the link because we need more subscribers to that channel because we are moving away from Fat Dog, the channel, Fat Dog Studios channel, and we have our own Anime and Stuff channel that we're going to be moving to and doing all the Anime and Stuff content there soon. So please make sure to go and give that a subscribe. We're going to be doing interviews with different people coming up very, very soon. Hope that you guys are looking forward to it. There's another Anime and Stuff channel now that wasn't there before. That's funny. And it has a Chibi Naruto. It's funny how I find their freaking stuff. I can't find ours. Like, I can't find my channel. I can't find our channel that we worked so hard on. But, I can find theirs. Yay. Man. Okay, really? Just... Alright, so I'm trying to scroll through and find our channel. Man. Calvin, stall for me.
So, do you guys like stuff and things?
Perhaps also anime.
Anything exciting you guys have been watching this week or last few weeks? I really haven't been watching a whole lot of stuff because I've had my head down either working on Fat Dog stuff or playing Destiny.
You're not wrong, dude. You are not wrong.
That is my life now. Fat Dog and Destiny.
That is very much the life of us.
I mean, not for nothing. I don't mind it at all.
Okay, cool. Found it. Found the link. Watching the Trace of the Gods. Okay, there we go. There's the link. How's Miki recovering? You'll find out tomorrow. No, in fact, like places, anime and stuff. If you don't like stuff, we also talk about places.
Yeah.
All right, but for realsies though, if you would go give the channel a subscribe if you have not already, that would greatly help because we're putting together the channel and getting stuff ready and prep for that. Starting in January, we will be there full time. So, and it won't be like live form content like how we're doing now. It'll be one story, one video kind of stuff because I don't think we have enough subscribers to actually go live.
Thank you, JD.
Streams. So, appreciate it. Oh, man. Thank you guys so much for coming over and hanging out with us for the short episode of Anime and Stuff. Will the other channel still remain? What other channel? Fat Dog? We're not stopping Fat Dog. It's just Anime and Stuff. The stream, Anime and Stuff, is getting its own channel. That's what's happening.
Yep, that's all it is.
Fat Dog Studios is still going to be Fat Dog Studios. Like, we weren't
Fat
gonna
Dog's not going
we
nowhere.
weren't gonna delete all of the abridging content that gets us crazy amounts of views. That'd just be silly. All right. Calvin, you got anything you want to plug?
Radio show tomorrow, 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. ReadyFreeBrooklyn.com. Music, chilling out, things of that nature.
Oh, and if you haven't done so yet, you can subscribe to their newsletter, Radio Free Brooklyn.
Oh, God.
Hello, Connie. So if you guys didn't know, on top of being our audio editor for all of our abridged things and composing songs for Infinity's Light, Calvin is also a DJ in his spare time. I say spare time because basically Fat Dog is a job for you at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep. All right. And it's basically full time. Jesus. All righty.
Mm-hmm.
But that having been said, everybody, that's it for us. This has been Anime and Stuff. That's Calvin, or Calmeji, Calvin Williams, however you want to say it. I'm Richie Roberts.
Yeah, just call me Calvin. It's simpler that way.
It's easier that way, yeah. I'm Richie Roberts. I think your waifus are trash, and this has been Anime and Stuff. I need to run and go get some food before we have to start re-recording for the next project. Instead of
Actually.
Later, everybody. Oh, yeah, and we will leave you with this last announcement from Calvin.
Are you a Dave? Would you like to stop being one? Well, too fucking bad. We're bridges, not miracle workers. But you can at least stop being called a Dave by contributing to this channel via our Patreon. That's right, for only $1 a month, if you want to be a bitch about it, you can stop being called a Dave and get early looks and sneak peeks at upcoming projects. Well, some of you. The Dollar Store patrons only get early access.
Who the fuck ordered a commercial for our Patreon?
Ha ha!
No, seriously, why are we advertising during a one-shot?
Or you can be super badasses like these guys. They help us keep the lights on, hire new editors, and let us do more projects like this one.
Who the fuck are you? And why are you here?
But that's not all. You also get full access to our Discord channel instead of the meager Dave level. And if you want to be a super mega ultra hyper dab on the haters not Dave...
You can't throw random adjectives like that together and call it a sentence!
Ha ha! You wrote it.
And then I deleted it because it hurt my brain to type that crap. Seriously, how did you find it?
They get to know how it all ends and how it's connected. Don't believe me? Ask Angel. He knows the end to LHA and it will blow your mind. A lot like Snoo Snoo.
We did tell Angel, and that was the reaction.
So if you don't want to be a Dave and actually want that good shit, become a patron, and not a cheap $1 whore patron. Become a champagne patron.
We love all of our patrons just for helping out. The amount isn't what matters. Don't listen to his lies!
The link is in the description below, along with the link to our Discord. Did I mention we have a Discord? 'Cause we have a Discord. It's made of real velour.
Okay, this needs to end right now.
And who's gonna stop it, Dave? You?
You know I meant you, right?
And now back to our program. Don't forget to become a patron